Welcome to Cover Habit number 2. This is the only video I'm going to make for tonight. Hopefully there won't be any glitches, and I won't have to get any stitches. So, it's been a while, and I've seen two versions of this movie. So, I'm going to combine these movies together and give you how I would survive Village of the Damned. So first, let's give you a tiny bit of history. I'm going to put up this phone. I'm going to Google Village of the Damned. The movie Village of the Damned. I said Village of the Damned. I got Queen of the Damned. So now I have Village of the Damned. Alright, so Children of Damned is 1964 British black and white fiction horror film theatric sequel to the Village of the Damned. Alright, so we're not dealing with Children of the Damned. We're dealing with Village of the Damned. Let's see if I can get this shit to get bigger. The hell? Not to be mistaken with Children of the Corn.
Science fiction has never imagined so strange or terrifying a story as that of the village of Midwich, England, cut off from life as we know it by some mysterious force. And later, at one and the same time, a child was born to every woman in the village. Children that grew to look like this. Beautiful youngsters behind whose fiery, hypnotic eyes lurked the demon forces of another world. They're not human. They ought to be destroyed. Forces put to such sinister use that it became a national emergency.
We are gathered here as advisors, as scientists, as government experts.
Have we established anything about the origins of these children?
There is the possibility of the transmission of energy.
Let me get this straight. You imply that these children may be the result of impulses directed towards us from somewhere in the universe.
What we need is time to investigate. Are you aware of life on another planet? Why are you so nervous when an aircraft flies above you?
Until recently, we haven't been able to make our control reach as far as a high aircraft.
Well, now you have, is that it?
Today, their control reaches out into space. Tomorrow, will it girdle the globe?
There's nothing you can do to stop us. Leave us alone.
Now let's have at it, shall we? So, Children of the Damned. Alright. And Village of the Damned, I guess, came first, which is one I didn't know about. I knew about Children of the Damned. So, let's talk about these 13 children with bleach blonde hair and blue eyes. It can bring down airplanes with a thought. Okay. So, first off, something would have been wrong right here and there when 13 children were born to these women who basically couldn't have children. If I'm interpreting this right. But I could be wrong. I'm not perfect. But I will say this. No. Depending on which version you watch, because there's a colored one too. And I forgot how they stopped them. But they do stop them. I think it took the parent of one of them to convince the other one to resist the rest. So, first off, I'm not a supporter of genocide. However, in this situation, genocide might be my only option. Now, they called in all these scientists and shit, right? Yeah, I'm one of them people. Yes, I'm one of those people. I will confess to it. I'm one of those people. I do not fear what I don't understand. However, I'm not stupid enough to let it fuck me up either. So, the scientists come into the village. And we're going to say, I'm the scientist. No, we're not. I'm the goddamn janitor that's been studying them longer than the scientists. Because I'm a strong believer in, if they can bleed, I can kill them. The problem is, I don't believe in killing children. At least, not in my real life. But there are some kids that make you want to beat the shit out of them. These kids were badass. They had the power to make a person kill themselves. So that should tell you there's probably not a whole lot of place in society for these kids, because if they can take over one little town, imagine what they can do when they can take over the world. So, as a veteran of the United States Army, I'm going to tell y'all something. Because conspiracy theorists will always also say this. There's been a lot of movies like this, alright? Just like rewrote, different format, that kind of shit. But all of them have the same message. If the government found out that people like that existed, they would contain them. Because you can't have people like that running around, because they could kill everybody. So, they would try their best to contain them. And if not contained, the next step is liquidation. So, while those scientists would be out there doing that, studying these kids, I'd be that guy with my dog tags, making preparations to go on and call in the military. Be like, hey, look, we got some strange shits going on around here. And no, I'm not using no goddamn landline or no thought process. Because these kids have telepathic powers. And the power of suggestion is a very powerful power. So, luckily for me, I've got too much shit going on in my brain at the same time for them to get a hold of one single thought. So they would have to outthink me, which would be totally impossible. Because I'm one of those random people. Random thoughts just fly through my head. So while they're trying to figure out one thought, another thought's just like boom, 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 boom. Sadly, most of those thoughts are about sex. So those kids would be fucked up because they were like, what the fuck is going on in this guy's brain? So kung fu, sex, and killing generally runs through my brain a lot. And I would keep it that way so these kids would be all fucked up. And I would think of the most nastiest kind of sex ever. I know what you're thinking. Why sex and not killing? Okay. The answer to that is really simple. Kids don't know shit about sex. And you think about it. I'm not talking about your first sexual experience. I'm talking about the first time you actually saw sex. Like you stumbled into a porno by accident. As a child, we all have. Anyone who says they don't, they're probably just like 13 or 11 or maybe younger. In my defense, the first time I watched porn, I was probably like 12 years old. And it wasn't intentional. Some asshole left it in the DVD player. I mean the VCR. And my cousin happened to push it on. And he goes, Jay, check this shit out. And my cousin, whose name starts with an R, we're gonna go ahead and not give out all the rest of that. But we were at I think we were on Montrose. I can't remember where the hell we were. But I know that there was interracial sex in it because there was this big black dude and there was this tiny white chick and they were doing the nasty. Why did I say it that way? Because that's what it was. And when you're like 11 or 12 or 13 years old, you don't know what the hell is going on, especially if you've never had sex before. So that's like one of those things that totally blow a kid's mind. And these kids have mind over matter power. So I would start thinking about the nastiest, funkiest things that you can think of with sex. And while they're all perplexed, I will take my knife and be cutting the shit out of these guys. Because they were like, we're all seeing the same thing that he's seeing in his brain. What the hell is he doing? Wow, look at all this crazy shit that's going on in this guy's head. Oh, yeah. Also, comic books. So they were like, okay, he's thinking about sex, comic books, and fighting. So his brain's doing this shit and humping chicks and all kinds of shit. He's turning into metal. He's got claws. All kinds of shit. He's afraid of kryptonite. By the time they figure out what the hell is going on, they'll all fucking be dead. Because I'll be done cut their goddamn throats. So, I'm in the middle of the room with them. And I'm going to have the biggest samurai sword that you can possibly find. You know the kind that shoguns use? The ones that don't even have a real sheath. They got that piece of cloth that you're going on to. You like snap it off. I'll be right there. So that way I have to only swing one time. And I'd swing in a complete circle. Because if you've seen that preview, you see how they circled the guy. I swing in a complete circle. All those heads would roll. And we're like, damn. And they were like, what the fuck happened? By the time they realize what happened, because they done been all up in here, boom, they're all dead. So that's how I would survive the children of the damned. I would flood their mind with so much perverted shit that they wouldn't know what the hell hit them. And by the time they figure out that all of it's just like screwed up in my brain cells, they'll all be dead. Simple as that. Now, my contingency plan, if that doesn't work, is that I would have a grenade on me. So when they try to make me kill myself, it won't be a problem. I won't do it their way. I'll be like, okay, you want me to die? No problem. Y'all don't know what this is. Oops. Napalm. Everybody in the village be saved. I get free cremation. And I'm also a hero. There won't be anything left of me, but I saved the village of the damned. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. I hope you guys thoroughly enjoyed that. Be seeing you.